For example, Justin Timberlake has won 6 Grammy and 2 Emmy Awards. Do you think he was just born that way? Justin competed on Star Search as a young man as a country artist under the name Justin Randall, an appearance that led him to a starring role in Disney's The Mickey Mouse Club. While at Disney, he met his future NSYNC bandmates, and together they went on to huge success. This again paved the way for a successful solo career. So did young Justin Timberlake have Grammy Award-winning talent? The answer is that he had the potential, and that over the course of several years of commitment to developing his talents, he blossomed into a hugely successful person living the life of his dreams. You have the same potential. When you connect with your purpose, as discussed in the chapters to come, you too will experience the same level of success. Myth number 4. Being rich is evil. Beloved, above all things, I desire that you prosper and be in health. John 3:2. In the house of the righteous there is much treasure. Proverbs 15:6. Why would God create such abundance and share it with us unless it were His will for us to have it? Money is just one form of abundance, and it's neither good nor bad in itself. It's what you do with it that matters. Many people, unfortunately, believe that Jesus encouraged poverty. He really didn't. Instead, He encouraged us to recognize the source of all wealth. Money can be a vehicle for doing great things. Muhammad Ali has provided 22 million meals to hungry people around the world. Ellen DeGeneres regularly pays off people's credit card debt on national TV. Oprah often gives expensive gifts to her audience in addition to supporting many charitable causes. Bernie Marcus, co-founder of Home Depot, donated over $200 million to build the world's largest aquarium in downtown Atlanta and made it open to the public. Dr. Seuss built a huge library for the students of UC San Diego to enjoy and prosper in. Do you want to be in a position to help others? Do you want to be able to do whatever you want for yourself and others without worrying about how much it costs? Of course you do. That is a reward for developing the gifts that God has given you and sharing them with the world. But you don't just get handed this freedom. It's something you must intentionally seek out and develop. Reading this book is a great step toward total freedom and prosperity. Myth number 5. Religion. If certain religious rituals or beliefs led to success or failure in life, then all people of a certain religion would be successful, and all those of other religions would be failures. This is obviously not the case. Catholics, Jews, Buddhists, Baptists, Muslims, and Taoists succeed and fail equally. We thus can conclude that religion is not the driving factor in one's ability to become successful. Myth number 6. Karma. If you believe that lack of success has to do with some sort of punishment for wrongdoing, you are limiting your ability to be successful in the here and now. God does not hold grudges. All religions advocate a forgiving and loving God. Believe that this is true and focus on the life that you are now leading to produce success. Karma is a Sanskrit word that means action. An action and reaction are taking place in your life, but not one that is hidden from you by some secret agenda. Your life is what you decide to make it now, not the result of your past actions. Myth number 7. Hard work. Hard work alone is not responsible for success. If it were, the harder you worked, the more successful you'd be. Working smarter, not harder, is truly the key. Following your passion in life is how your hard work becomes fun. Stevie Wonder has won 22 Grammy Awards, the most of any solo artist. Do you think it's because he's the hardest working man in the music business? I guarantee you that other artists work more hours than Stevie, but don't have the same level of success. Did Sam Walton work harder than any other retailer in the world? And is that why Walmart became so successful? The answer is that you do have to put in effort to be successful, but it's all about the quality rather than just the quantity of work. Early in my career as a contractor, I worked many more hours and much harder for a lot less pay than once I learned how to work smarter and earn a lot more with a lot less effort. Myth number 8, genetics. If you believe that your DNA or genetics determine whether you succeed or fail in life, you are attributing power to something that is beyond your control. In order to have all you want in life, you must focus on things within your control. Michael Phelps has won 14 Olympic gold medals, the most of any athlete in history. Phelps was diagnosed at an early age with ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Did his quote-unquote disorder keep him from being successful? Jim Abbott is a former Major League Baseball player who once pitched a no-hitter and won an Olympic gold medal. Abbott was born without a right hand. He played 10 years in the major leagues, made millions of dollars, and has gone on to be an inspiration to others. Tom Dempsey is a former professional athlete who spent 10 years in the NFL as a place kicker. He is best known for the record-breaking 63-yard field goal that he kicked on November 8, 1970, the longest in NFL history. Dempsey was born without any toes on his right foot, the same foot that kicked that field goal. But that did not stop him from pursuing his dreams and making them come true. Believing that genetics makes or breaks your success in life is an excuse. Focusing on what you supposedly cannot do will rob you of personal success. Myth number 9, specific job or profession. If being successful in making your dreams come true had to do with a specific job or profession, all people in a particular field would thrive, while those committed to other endeavors would struggle. This is clearly not the case. You can get rich and succeed in any job or any profession. The McDonald brothers became millionaires by owning a drive-in hamburger joint. Greg Norman became successful as a golfer and winemaker. Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak became hugely successful by creating Apple computers. Ty Warner became a billionaire by selling stuffed animals called Beanie Babies. Many people fail to follow their passion because they don't think it's a practical way to pay the bills. The truth is that when you chase money alone, you will always come up disappointed and struggle to be successful. When you do what you love, the money will follow, even if your endeavors seem unusual or unrealistic. We will go into greater detail about this later. If you read any of Donald Trump's books, you will learn that making money is an inevitable byproduct of his vision to build and own first-class real estate. Myth number 10, education. Education is important, but it's not the key factor that determines success in life. If it did, all well-educated people would succeed, and all people who lack formal education would be failures. You must know how to achieve your own personal success, but that does not always require formal schooling. What do Abraham Lincoln, Benjamin Franklin, and Thomas Edison all have in common? Aside from being great Americans, none of them ever went beyond a second-grade education. What do Richard Branson, as founder of Virgin Atlantic Airlines, David H. Murdoch, as owner of Dole Foods, and John Paul DeJoria, co-founder of John Paul Mitchell Systems, all have in common, besides being members of the Forbes 400 wealthiest people in the world? They are all three high school dropouts. Branson and Murdoch both suffered from dyslexia. Murdoch and DeJoria have at one time or another both been homeless. This is not to say at all that advanced education is not valuable, as it certainly is for many people. This is simply to say that it's possible to accomplish huge success in life with or without formal education. The determining factor is whether or not it's the right thing for developing your unique talents and abilities. Deepak Chopra is a medical doctor and highly educated. Donald Trump has a degree from the prestigious Wharton School of Business. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. held a PhD in theology. Natalie Portman is a Harvard graduate. On the contrary, Bill Gates, co-founder of Microsoft, and Mark Zuckerberg, co-founder of Facebook, both dropped out of Harvard. What then are the 12 keys to success? Well, the first key, as we've been learning in this chapter, is an open mind, the door to success. The second key, service to others, the fastest way to get what you want in life. The third key is faith, the foundation of your beliefs. The fourth key, self-awareness, understanding who you really are. The fifth key, purpose, following your passion in life. The sixth key is goals, targets for your attention. The seventh key, vision, the power of free will. The eighth key,